As I ventured forth, the path before me transformed into a rugged dirt trail, snaking through the vast expanse of the land. Sparse trees punctuated the landscape, their branches reaching towards the heavens as if yearning for the touch of magic. The scenery gradually unfolded into sprawling plains, stretching endlessly in all directions. Here, the wind danced with unbridled freedom, caressing my snout and ruffling my cloak. The sun radiated its warm embrace upon the land, casting vibrant hues across the rolling hills and filling me with a sense of exhilaration. The power of magic surged within me, a wellspring of energy waiting to be unleashed. My training at Crestview Academy had granted me mastery over 3 formidable spells: fire, air, and lightning. Yet, these spells possessed a mesmerizing twist. They were all black. Oh, how I reveled in the darkness they exuded, setting me apart from ordinary mages. With a flick of my claws, obsidian flames roared to life, dancing along my fingertips before erupting into a blaze that seared hotter than any ordinary fire. With a whispered incantation, I summoned the swirling vortex of ebony air, shrouding the surroundings in an ethereal cloak of darkness. And when I summoned the power of lightning, crackling bolts of black electricity arced through the air, igniting the sky with their electric fervor. The anticipation bubbled within me as I yearned for a chance to put my newfound mastery to the test against worthy adversaries. I could almost taste the thrill of battle, the exhilaration of casting my black spells and witnessing the devastating impact. Imagining the astonished expressions of my foes when they encountered my unique brand of magic sent a shiver of excitement down my scales. With each step, I forged ahead, eager to explore the mysteries that awaited me in the nameless village. The wind whispered secrets in my ear, carrying the scent of adventure and the promise of untold discoveries. Clad in my mage cloak, adorned with silver stars that glimmered like the very essence of magic, I embarked on this journey, ready to leave an indelible mark on the world with my black spells. As we drew nearer to the village, a flurry of activity unfolded before my eyes. The air buzzed with energy as the villagers hurried about, their arms laden with baskets brimming with freshly laundered clothes, and barrels of an aromatic elixir that wafted a tantalizing scent. Laughter and lively conversations echoed through the air, painting a portrait of joy and contentment. It struck me how carefree they appeared, completely engrossed in their tasks, oblivious to the lurking dangers that lurked in the nearby wilderness. I couldn't help but wonder how they could maintain such tranquility in the face of imminent peril. Dire wolves, massive and fearsome creatures, prowled the plains, their sinewy frames coated in thick fur, menacing teeth bared, and fiery red eyes burning with an insatiable hunger. These formidable beasts roamed in merciless packs, capable of reducing a man to mere shreds within mere seconds. A shiver ran down my spine as I reflected on the villagers' seeming obliviousness to the looming threat. Did they possess some form of secret protection or harbor a profound understanding of the wilderness that eluded me? Or were they merely blissfully ignorant, the carefree demeanor concealing a dangerous complacency? My curiosity ignited a resolve within me to delve deeper into their lives, to unravel the enigma that surrounded them. Perhaps there was a chance for me to extend a helping hand, to shield them from the malevolent claws of the dire wolves. Yet, an unsettling thought, almost whispered by the dark recesses of my mind, toyed with the idea of employing their presence as a means to manifest the potency of my black spells, harnessing the village as a testing ground for my formidable powers. With these thoughts swirling in my mind, I advanced cautiously into the heart of the bustling village, the weight of my mage cloak providing a semblance of comfort and purpose. I remained poised, ready to decipher the truth that lay hidden within the fabric of their existence, uncertain of the path that lay ahead, a path that held the potential to bring salvation or awaken the dormant shadows within my own being. To my surprise, my encounters with dire wolves had been scarce on this journey. Perhaps they were not as fearsome as I had anticipated. With the desire to avoid any unnecessary trouble, I proceeded through the village with a composed demeanor. Though I caught glimpses of someone staring at me, the gaze swiftly diverted back to their own activities. Did they fail to recognize me as a dragon, or were they simply indifferent to my presence? Perhaps the mage cloak possesses a touch of magic, altering your appearance to those who lay eyes upon you, Precious suggested, its voice tinged with curiosity. I pondered what guise I assumed in their eyes. Did I resemble a common canine or some other peculiar creature? There was no time to dwell upon such musings, however. The cloak, in addition to its mystical properties, served as a reliable shield against the elements. It had been a week since I departed from the unnamed village, embarking on a northwestern course towards Veston, the sprawling capital of Kafkaist. As I traversed the expanse of plains, I found myself plagued by audacious goblins. These small, green beings possessed pointed ears and noses, donning leather armor and wielding an assortment of crude weapons. Astonishingly, they harbored no fear in the face of a dragon adorned with formidable scales. They would assail me in sizable groups, hoping to overwhelm me with sheer numbers and their meager weaponry. However, they proved to be no match for my might. Strangely enough, they even possessed a surprisingly delectable flavor, akin to that of lean pork. Their tenacity knew no bounds, as they relentlessly pressed forward, driven by either a desire to challenge me or avenge their fallen kin. Yet, their persistence granted me ample opportunities to refine my magical prowess. I could breathe fire 20 times before needing a drink to moisten my parched throat. The fire was hot enough to incinerate the goblins in seconds. I could slash with lightning claws 12 times before running out of mana and needing an hour to recover. The lightning claws were sharp enough to cut through the goblin's armor and flesh with ease. I killed countless goblins along the rudimentary intelligence and set up traps for me. They dug spike pits and covered them with twigs on the road. They baited cages with food and hid more pits around them. They were too obvious for me to fall for them. I could see the twigs and the cages from afar. I could also smell the goblins' stench, which gave away their ambushes. They smelled like skunks, but worse. They could hold their breaths for a long time in hiding, but it did not help them. They ended up as roasted meat for me to feast on. It was a tiring but satisfying journey. And finally, I arrived at the huge gates of Veston. Veston was the largest city I had ever seen. It was surrounded by high walls and towers. It had many buildings of different shapes and sizes. It had streets and squares filled with people and animals. It had shops and markets selling all kinds of goods.